Hi everyone and welcome to Lost Boy. My name is Jamie for those of you that are new to my channel, and for those of you that are returning, thank you for all of your support. This is going to be a general collective message. It's pretty much intended for whoever needs it. Please take the messages that resonate with you in your particular situation and drop the ones that do not. If you're interested in booking a personal with me, all of the information on how to do so is down below in the description box. Alrighty y'all, let's get into this message. Universe, what's going on in the energy? What is it that the collective needs to know at this time? Seven of Cups, Emperor reversed. Hold on, y'all. I'm gonna have to go find this. Okay. It ended up underneath my chair, and I thought I had fallen underneath the table. But Queen of Cups. We have somebody here who is waking up to some kind of truth. There may have been some kind of ego death in regards to a controlling individual here. We do have the Emperor reversed and the Queen of Cups upright. So we have someone here who's bravely following their heart, leaving something behind. Maybe something here where there's maybe been a lot of confusion with that Seven of Cups. There's been a lot of many different options. There's been maybe somebody here has been overwhelmed with what decision and what choice to make. We have the Four of Wands sideways, the Knight of Cups sideways, and this Ten of Wands. Somebody here is ready to drop the burden, drop the baggage, drop the weight, drop the responsibility, or the false responsibility. You know, this Emperor in the reverse is someone here who likes to apply pressure, intimidation. And we have the Knight of Cups sideways, like it's... Somebody here has hidden intentions, hidden motives, self-serving. We have the Two of Wands, some kind of weight is over. We have the Hermit card. Somebody here is going within, could be this Queen of Wands. Somebody here who has went within, done some kind of soul searching. Queen of Pentacles reversed and the Page of Swords reversed. The Page of Swords reversed is not good news. Maybe this Emperor reversed received some kind of news that was not pleasant. Wasn't good news. We have the Ace of Pentacles sideways. Maybe it has to do with an opportunity or it has to do with a loss. We do have the Queen of Pentacles reversed, so maybe this is a masculine type of energy. It's karmic. Maybe he's in their feminine energy, maybe feeling entitled, maybe feeling like they need to be taken care of. Highly controlling, possessive, demanding with that Queen of Pentacles reverse and the Emperor reverse. That's extremely demanding. Uses emotions, manipulation, blackmail. Somebody here is going within. We have strong Aries, Cancer, Taurus, Virgo energy here. This Queen of Cups is definitely putting something to rest, putting something to end. She's no longer confused, or they are no longer confused about what their heart truly wants. We have that Ten of Swords. I don't think somebody's gonna let the fear win this time. Sometimes we can be fearful of what, you know, a blank canvas can look like, right? And sometimes we can forget that we are the artist with the brush that can paint whatever we want on that new blank canvas. But sometimes we get so afraid of wanting to get rid of the old canvas because we're trying to make it perfect. But not all art is meant to be perfect, just like life is not meant to be perfect. That's why artists go on to create multiple different pieces of art. However that may be, whether it's painting, music, writing. We have the Strength card. They're letting go of the grip that their ego has had on them, that fear that tells us we can't, or what if it doesn't work? What if it just becomes worse? But what if it becomes better? Universe, tell me more, please. Universe, tell me more. 7:17 on the timer. We have a mature woman. We have a message of concern and distant horizons. So there's definitely a message of concern that is here in the future. Maybe that message is what's going to allow this mature woman. We definitely have a mature, emotionally mature individual here. Somebody who's nurturing, very wise, very accomplished, very skillful. Whenever this news is, it does lead to a new pathway. It leads to some kind of transformation. We have those butterflies there. Some of y'all could be seeing monarch butterflies at this time. We do have journey. Somebody here is going on a journey. They're traveling, they're moving, packing up, and leaving distant horizon. Going down a new path. One that leads to new courtships, new friendships. You know? In a place where you feel supported. It doesn't necessarily need to be like a romantic courtship. We have change. You know, it's like getting yourself out of poverty, right? Going back to that fear, like, so I don't know if this Emperor here is like holding things over, like, at somebody's head, like, oh, where you gotta live, or I don't know, but it's like wanting to present the things of like, well, this is, you know, look at all the beautiful things that I've given you, right? Kind of like that devil energy of shining something, right? Making something look pretty, trying to make something look picture perfect. Again, going back to this whole picture and canvas, trying to make something look picture perfect. They try to paint a good picture, but at the end of the day, it's just another tactic here. It's a tool that they use to strike fear and intimidation to make you feel like, you know, to start questioning and doubting yourself. To make you not believe in you. And the moment that you don't believe in you, is the moment that you disconnect from God, from Source, from the universe. It disconnects you from the things that make you you. There is definitely some kind of change here on the horizon. Some kind of movement forward. Somebody could be a, someone could be a Gemini, a Libra, or a Virgo here. Someone's birthday could be September 6th, September 10th, June 10th, June 9th, October 6th, October 9th. Universe. Help me clarify this reading, please. Nine of Swords and the Hierophant in the reverse. We have two father figures here, both of them in the reverse. So I wonder if somebody here is not... They're not providing. They're not doing their share to provide. There's a lack of providing for oneself as well, which maybe has been adding on to the burden, adding on to the struggle. Universe, why is this mature woman here? The High Priestess reversed? Somebody here has been misled. We have Ace of Wands. Temperance reversed, the Three of Pentacles reversed, and the Sun reversed. The High Priestess in the reverse is somebody who is disconnected from their intuition. Somebody who talks a lot, lies, gossips, needs constant attention, needs validation, doesn't believe in oneself. Oh, it could be a dark practitioner of some sorts, or... Universe, tell me more about this mature woman. Judgment in the reverse. Somebody who hasn't been, maybe been too afraid or been misguided to not accept some kind of accountability, to not accept some kind of responsibility here. We have two major arcanas here, so somebody here was like, they didn't go with God. Ten of Wands reversed, about letting something go. Ten of Swords reversed in the Emperor. And the Emperor's upright here. But both of these are in the reverse, and they're both upright in the dice. Eight of Wands reversed. There is some kind of, again, some challenging news that is coming out, maybe about this Emperor. Universe, tell me more about this mature woman. The Star reversed? Justice reversed? And Temperance reversed? The Three of Pentacles reversed. And the Eight of Pentacles. There's going to be a lot of hard work up ahead. Something here cannot be fixed, cannot be mended. Again, this is not going with God, with the Star reverse, prayers not being answered. Maybe this mature woman is waking up as to maybe why her prayers are not being answered. Because she's been ignoring the solution the whole time, which was to take responsibility, and to maybe leave a situation here that cannot be mended. Learning when enough is enough. And deciding to leave and deciding to move on. And accepting defeat isn't failure. Universe, tell me about this journey, please. Four of Wands reversed. And Strength card. Somebody here is finding the strength to recognize that something here wasn't what they thought it was. This could be an announcement of a separation of sorts, somebody being brave and deciding to move forward and separate. I don't know if that ding came through, but somebody just texted me. That could be confirmation. Somebody here is on a journey towards stability, towards a more stable foundation. This could even be like moving home. Could even be like spiritually, knowing that something is over, moving on. This journey could just mean that there is going to be some kind of separation. Something here cannot be mended because the scales have been tipped too far in somebody else's favor. That's why God is not stepping in to try and mend the situation, because I feel like God has been trying to tell someone it's been time to go. I will be here to help you with the blank slate. I will be here to help you put that brush back in your hand. But you need to take that first step, because I can't give you the brush knowing that this energy is just going to manipulate it. The Hanged Man. Somebody here has confined thinking. They're unable to see things from different perspectives. Tunnel visioned. Strong Leo energy, Sagittarius, Libra, Aquarius, heavy Aquarius. Daughter of Wands reversed. The Eight of Swords and the Six of Pentacles. There is going to be some kind of action here that is taken. That is going to lead to some kind of balance. With this Daughter of Wands reverse, I really feel like somebody here is doing something that is unexpected, out of character, but is what's needed. Because they're stepping with strength. They're doing something they never done before. They're breaking a cycle with that 10. And that's them breaking free from some kind of mental confinement that they may have been trapped in due to a controlling individual. Or an emotionally, mentally abusive individual. A Four of Swords just came out. Somebody was trying to sacrifice one of the sheep, one of the little lambs. They were trying to sacrifice your light. They were trying to make you settle for less, right? The devil was trying to pull you down with him. Interesting how that dice just fell. And I had no intention. I didn't know that was going to happen. So it's like somebody does something, right, because it fell, but then I couldn't find it. They do things and then they try to hide and not take accountability, and maybe try to make it seem like it was this person's fault, or that they were doing something wrong, or whatever. There's been a lot of heavy confusion here with that Seven of Cups and that Four of Wands. Things have been very shaky. It's like somebody has been using one's own fears against them. Universe, tell me about this change. The Three of Cups. The change is that there's somebody here, there's a group here willing to help. Willing to help somebody through this pain, through this grief. Right? The Three of Cups with the Five of Cups equals the Eight of Cups. This change leads to walking the way, but it leads towards wish fulfillment. This is knowing that somebody is not alone through this change process, and that they'll be able to make it through. There's a lot of communication here. There's a lot of communication that is happening between multiple different parties. I feel like whoever this Queen of Cups is has help on their side, male or female. We have the Wheel of Fortune. Again, Wheel of Fortune talks about change, but it also talks about positive good luck. We have the Father of Swords reversed and the Son of Wands reversed and the Mother of Swords reversed. There is going to be some kind of change of events here because somebody here is doing something out of their character or out of the character that was written for them. Right? Because when you're dealing with narcissistic energies like this, I'm not saying this person is a narcissist. I don't throw that title out there. If that's how you identify this person to be, then more power to you. But when people have those narcissistic qualities and tendencies, they tend to, create a character for other people, right? And it's the narrative that they tell whoever else is in their vicinity. Universe. Tell me more about this 9. We have the Hermit. Somebody here is going within. They're consolidating all of their efforts, all of their resources, building up their energy, but still following the light. And this is leading to change. Somebody's headed towards wish fulfillment, and I don't think they know it. They are going to be acting out of character, stepping out of character, in order to drop something and accept some kind of opportunity here with the Page of Pentacles. It's a golden new future. That's golden prospects. It's bountiful opportunities. And we have the Ten of Cups and the Father of Wands. We have a lot of kings and masculine energy here in the reverse. Somebody here has definitely been way off balanced and ungrounded. Chakras are all unaligned. Just a walking mess. But there's going to be an emotional ending here. With new endings, there are new beginnings. We did have those butterflies in that new pathway opening up. Somebody going down a brand new road. Embracing this change, headed towards happiness. This is leading to some kind of wisdom here. The Son of Cups, the Three of Swords, the Hierophant reversed, the Mother of Wands, the Five of Swords reversed, and the Ace of Wands. Because somebody here is taking action to move forward. They have the clarity now. They see the truth. The Empress in the reverse and the Daughter of Swords and the Tower is that they were trying to avoid something from crumbling down, but now they're seeing that it was never really that good to begin with. It was never really that pretty. It wasn't made with craftsmanship, right? Like homes today are not built the same way that they were back in the day, right? Woodworking is not the same unless you go to like a specialist now. Everything is so manufactured. It's all trying to be picture perfect. Somebody here is going to be expressing that something is over, even though they hurt too, but somebody is realizing that something here is over. And they're done fighting, and they're taking a new opportunity. They're embracing this change with the Mother of Wands, and they're moving forward bravely, boldly. Even though it may hurt, even though it may sting, but knowing it's the right thing. Somebody here could have karmic friends. Maybe it's this karmic masculine here. Universe. Is there anything else the collective needs to know? Okay. North Node. Somebody here is stepping into their North Node. Destiny. Faith, evolution, finding life, path, karmic challenges, and rewards. You know, climbing into your North Node, climbing up that mountain, it doesn't look easy. Kind of looks like the path is lined with lava. It's an intense road to reach your North Node. There's a lot of trials, there's a lot of tribulations, there's a lot of heat, there's a lot of suffering. There's a lot of shedding of the old. There's a lot of facing many different fears. Illusions, breaking free from our own illusions, from the own confusion that was placed on us, maybe by a karmic individual here. Right? It's breaking free from the narrative that others have written. Breaking free from the character that they have built, essentially, for their story. But instead, becoming our own lead character. We're not a supporting character in somebody else's story. Nostalgia. Somebody is looking back. We have Pluto, but they're letting go. Something here about the memories do not line up, or the good times do not outweigh the bad. We have letting go, death card, endings, resilience, transformation. Somebody is letting go. New cycle, embracing a new karmic cycle. Karmic completion, travel, fulfillment. Success after the quest. Success after the quest, after letting go. I also feel like whoever the feminine energy is in this reading, I feel like somebody is trying to make sense of things as to why now, like trying to make sense of things. And I think that's just making things worse and creating more and more confusion by trying to understand why things unfolded the way that they did. It doesn't matter how it got to where it is. What matters is what you're going to do with what you have now. We have watching, spying. Somebody here is gathering information. Somebody here who is trying to create some kind of deception. You need to make wise choices at this time here. Because I feel like whoever this masculine is, I feel like they're still watching, they're still plotting, they're still planning. There's some kind of temptation here. Do not allow yourself to be fooled. Abundance is right behind that, along with strength and self-care. Do not allow yourself to be fooled at this time. Yeah, we just had Passover. Was it a couple of days ago? Or yesterday? Or is it today? I don't know. I am so sorry. I'm not trying to offend anybody. I'm trying to pull up my calendar. Oh, today's Palm Sunday. Yesterday was Passover. But isn't that about when the Israelites were freed in Egypt? It's a time of freedom. It's a time of unshackling from karmic relationships, from karmic connections, from controlling, from situations that only served one party over another, where somebody else decided to write somebody else's narrative. Universe, give me one more, please. Thank you. We have loss. Not feeling enough, missing someone, left out in the cold. Somebody feels like they're not. And that's what they're watching. They're watching to see if you can get into this lost, wounded energy of like, oh, I don't feel like I'm enough. Why am I not enough? Why am I not enough? The problem is not why are you not enough. The problem is why is the other person not picking up their own slack? You're enough for you. Right? Masculine energy is supposed to be this grand provider. Go out there, go hunt. Go get something. Go get a catch. Male or female. Whoever you are. You're this big-ass patty, you talk this big-ass game. Show up for your kingdom. But you won't. Because you're weak. We have strength here at the bottom of the deck. Again, somebody is feeling very empowered. They are feeling very empowered. Universe. Is there anything else, please? Why is this one reversed? Love on the brain? So somebody does not have love on the brain. What is the opposite of love? Hate? But even then, like, you have to have a little bit of love in order to hate. Or at least that's what they say. Even if that love turns into envy, gluttony, lust. Universe, what is the T? What is the T for the collective? Okay, I'm gonna take that one. Somebody here is fake flexing, and they're also trying to look for dirt on you because your light irritates their demons. Somebody here is trying to plan on thieving you, so they're looking you up. This person is researching you. Why? Because they want to rob you emotionally or physically. Because your light irritates their demons, so they're digging for dirt here because they're fake flexing and they're crying over you. Because, what? They can't force things on you anymore, so now they're running away? And then running away towards what? Their bad habits? Somebody here don't make no sense. We have ignoring. I feel like you're being called to ignore somebody's nonsense, because I really feel like that's really what this is. Somebody here, whoever this karmic masculine is, I really feel like they can't even handle the weight of their own demons, their own problems, their own struggles, their own shortcomings. It's definitely somebody here who could have a temper tantrum, a little bit of a hothead. Somebody who could have anger management. I feel like you're being called to ignore something. And it's time for you to reflect here, and time for you to also move in silence. There's somebody here who hates your happiness. This is somebody here who doesn't like seeing other people happy when they're not happy. And maybe it's somebody here who's easily to quickly blame everybody else for their lack of happiness. But at the end of the day, you're supposed to be a provider, and that means you provide for yourself. I feel like I'm speaking to somebody here who is... I feel like somebody is waking up to the fact that maybe somebody here has been babied their whole life. That's really what this is giving. And we have a queen rising. Somebody here stepping into their power. Yes, queen. Welcome. We have obsessive lover. And travel. So we have somebody here who's dangerously toxic, unhealthy, possessive, a karmic. They don't like being ignored. Or maybe they could be trying to ignore you as some kind of emotional abuse here. They don't like the fact that you're traveling, or they could For some of you, they're trying to limit your travel. For others of you, they're trying to ignore you and maybe like flaunt the fact that maybe they're traveling like in your face. Like, I'm gonna go on a business trip, or I am, you know, to get you in your head. Like, I don't know. Again, trying to play that emotional game with you. That's what it feels like. Some kind of emotional game here. Either with where they're going or trying to limit you with where you're going and where you're spending your time. Because maybe somebody here wants to come back in and say, oh, let's fix this now. And then, during the fixing process, they're going to, oh, you're not giving me enough time. You're not giving me enough attention. Then they start to be the nitpicky, right? First to criticize, but not willing to embrace their own shortcomings. Somebody you're getting a closer look. They're all up in your business. It's somebody who is not afraid to put you in a third party in a love triangle if they're not already. You're going to be too busy winning. Somebody here is getting some kind of photo proof, some kind of evidence here. Wow, we have child services. Child services could be getting involved somehow, some way. Somebody here using scarcity tactics. Somebody here who isn't shit. They're just a copycat. Universe, tell me more. There is going to be travel here. Whoever I'm speaking to, thief. This is somebody here who will do and say whatever they need to do, learn whatever they need to learn, act however they need to act, in order for them to rob and take something. Somebody here who is in their head, overthinking, stressed about everything, stressed about their own demons, stressed about trying to keep up with their lies. And somebody here is moving. There is moving. Somebody here is talking shit. Let them talk shit, right? It's because their ego is hurt. Their ego is hurt. They want it to be all about them and what they look like and what it seems like, but at the end of the day, it's not always about that. We have an offer. Somebody's going to try and make some kind of offer now that you're moving on. Go kick rocks. The thing that gets me is it's always like, oh, what is everybody going to say? What is everybody going to say? And like, what is it going to look like? Da-da-da-da. And it's like, you care about them all about that, but like, you're not afraid or ashamed about how you treat somebody? Like, you're okay with that? You're not ashamed of that? Can we talk about that? That's what gets me. Been doing these readings for years, and it's like they're not ashamed of that, right? They're not embarrassed by that. Again, go kick rocks. They have somebody here who's hooked. What they need is hooked on phonics. Universe, give me one more, thank you. They're her ego. Let them sulk, let them cry. Why? Because they can't live in their little fantasy anymore. Somebody here was a cyberbully. They're a cyberbully. They're all talk, they're all bark and no bite. Like a little chihuahua. They're all bark and no bite. Somebody here was going bankrupt. They ain't got nothing. Let them and their karmic friends talk shit, because I can guarantee you this, right? If this person is like this, I can guarantee you the company that they keep is probably just as sinister as they are. Because remember, somebody's light irritates their demons, so this demon's not going to go hang out with other angels. They're going to go hang out with their own swamp creatures, right? They're going to go back to their swamp thing, right? Back to that black and white movie. The Creature of the Black Lagoon. And they'll go back to their lagoon with their other, fish friends in the pond. Somebody here could be from England, like across the pond. I don't know. Universe. Anything else the collective needs to know? Anything hidden? Something's flipped over. Don't want to hear it. Somebody doesn't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. Oh. Your poor baby doesn't want to hear it. This heater doesn't want to hear it, but they sure love to talk shit. I don't want to hear it. Their feelings are gonna be hurt. I didn't think I had feelings. Sorry, I'm getting a little... I need to calm down. Somebody here was a hater and they don't want to hear it. They don't want to hear it. I can't. Check yourself. Somebody here wants you to check yourself. I want to put you in your place. Somebody here was getting a room. They don't want to hear it, but yet they got a room. They did some shady business dealings. Trying to seek some kind of pleasure here because they're insecure. And now the police is getting involved? What? Because of a bank failure? Somebody here is trying to burn evidence of their betrayal. Be careful. Somebody here is trying to burn evidence of their betrayal. Something, and whatever that betrayal was, they did it for pleasure. Take that however it resonates, whether they cheated, whether they stole. Somebody's mad at the fact that you're fighting for what you love. You're claiming what is yours. Love is a battlefield. And you know what? Maybe at the end of the day, maybe you were trying to fight for the relationship and now you're fighting for you, but that's still fighting for love. Somebody here has been caught red-handed being toxic, and now things are falling apart. And somebody can't fix it. Now they're trying to burn some kind of evidence because maybe they're wanting to try and go back. Maybe this emperor is wanting things to go back after this betrayal because now they've been caught. Things have escalated. There's been some kind of emergency here with that police. I keep thinking, I maybe want to add these two decks together. I don't even know if I can shuffle this many cards, can I? Can I shuffle all this together? I don't think I can. You know what? We're gonna try. We're gonna take half of this one with half of this one. I'm gonna put those together. We're gonna put those together. We're gonna put those together. Alrighty, universe, what do we need to know? Anything else that we need to know, universe? Universe, anything else we need to know? Somebody here has cloudy judgment. It's like the dueling opposites. We have somebody here who's spiritually awoke, and we have somebody here who's living a distorted life, filled with illusions, being completely off balanced. Somebody here trying to escape. They can't accept the fact that maybe we did have North Node. Maybe that's somebody here stepping into their North Node, that they're waking up, that they're awoke now to somebody here living some kind of fantasy, and that has been clouding their judgment. That they're just trying to escape life here, or maybe not deal with the ending of something, instead trying to make something worse. Somebody's heart is definitely closed off at this time. Somebody here can't unsee what it is that they see now, or they're not going to be able to. Soulmates fed up. Bye, Felicia. Somebody here is fed up. And somebody here does not want something to be over. Whatever this tie, this cord is, I feel like it's an old one. Not like old, but like it's not, it hasn't recently been placed. This is deeply rooted. This cord, this attachment is deeply rooted. We have rejection, detective, the blues, boundaries, depth, and roller coaster. Something here has been on again, off again, hot and cold, up and down. It's like another spin on the merry-go-round. Alright, there's a detective here who's been putting some kind of pieces together. Somebody here who has been looking deeper into things, who have gained some kind of awareness here due to some kind of, maybe the fact that somebody here cannot handle rejection because of their cloudy judgment. However, their judgment is cloudy due to some kind of illusion, fantasy that they're living. Maybe it's a substance. Maybe it's a perception. It's some kind of belief, with that hanged man reversed earlier, some kind of belief that somebody here is holding tightly onto. Somebody here is spiritually woke, they're fed up. This is a detective here who has been digging, maybe seeing how far somebody has been going with their depression, with their mental distress. They've been unable to deal with something. It's been odd. Somebody here could have mental health issues. Maybe a detective is putting some kind of pieces together that has led to maybe an abusive circumstance or living situation with that Four of Wands. Somebody here could be having something taken away, something repossessed. Their intimacy, memories. Somebody is following their intuition to get away from a player. That's why their heart's closed off. Somebody's refusal to get the help that they need to take charge, to take a stand, to provide, to step into their own energy, to recognize their own power. Instead, they abuse it. It's leading them down a dark, dark, dark road. Somebody you can't understand. No, they can't understand. No, they don't understand boundaries. Maybe they get highly aggressive when that happens, and you know? Maybe the police get called way too many times, right? And people start noticing patterns. That could lead to the message of concern. And it opens up doors for somebody else. But that is what I have for y'all today. Actually, I don't want to end this on a bad note. Let's pick an affirmation. Universe, please give us an affirmation for whoever this reading is for. And for those of you that have made it this long, let me ask y'all, would you guys like for me to do another batch of the zodiac sign readings? Or would you like me to attempt to do like other readings, like, you know, reading for like singles or people in relationships, but like, you know, dig through the signs and do like different like timestamps and like, but answer like, all right, this is for my single, you know, for example, Leos, my single Libras, or, you know, my Libras in a relationship or whatever, right? Or what's going on in their like in money and career. Is that something you guys are interested in? Because I have no problem doing it. I've done it in the past and people have not had much interest, so I don't know. Just asking y'all. But we have two. We have vitality and peacefulness. I am healthy and vital and strong. My radiant love of life fills me with healthy, vital, and strong cells. Each cell is a warrior. Everyone has its own sword and shield. I dare you to try and penetrate my cellular army. Didn't think so, chump. I have a peaceful, tranquil, and untroubled heart. This is where I choose to spend my time. I can bring guests, but any person, thought, or event that brings drama or chaos is not invited. My heart is special property, and I'm going to keep it that way so we can all keep enjoying it, and I can keep my security, and I can get my security deposit back. But again, we have a wagon here. Some of y'all are definitely breaking some kind of old generational curse here. I mean, we have this old carriage, buggy thing. I mean, look at all this old world artifacts that we have here. Whoever this reading is for, it's definitely somebody here who's stepping into the new world. Somebody here who's leaving the old world behind, an old way of being. But that is what I have for y'all today. I'm sending you guys lots of love and lots of light, and I will see you next time. Ciao.